Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to SSLC's Pathway webinar series. Once again, my name is Ilyas and I'm the Pathway Program Manager here at SSLC, joining you live from our Vancouver campus. I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. And today we have another great partner all the way from East Coast, from Prince Edward Island. We have University of Prince Edward Island, and we have Freya joining us today. Hi, Freya. How are you?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Good. Thanks. Thanks for joining our webinar tonight. I believe it's 7 p.m. there right now.
Yes.
We have quite a bit of time difference between Vancouver and PI, but we are so excited to have you on our webinar today, this afternoon, or tonight. Thanks again.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm very happy to be here and share my experiences.
Great. We can't wait to hear more about PEI, Prince Edward Island, and the university. So hopefully you'll give us a lot of good information, both about the province, the city, and the university.
Yes.
And we'll see how it'll go. So today we're going to talk about UPEI's programs, admission requirements, and of course how you can easily transition from SSLC's pathway program, which is EPE, English for Post-Secondary Education, to UPEI's programs. How is the weather there in Charlottetown?
Well, it was pretty hot in the past few days, and today I think the weather dropped. I think the temperature dropped because of the rain. So it wasn't hot today, but it was pretty hot in the past few days. But I think the best part about PEI summer is like during the day, it's pretty hot. When the sun comes out, it's very hot. But during the evenings, it's quite cool. It's not cold, but it's cool. So I don't even have an air conditioner at home. I don't even need it. So it's pretty good.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, we haven't had a proper summer yet in Vancouver, but for the past 2 days or so, the weather is cooperating, and it's really good outside. Actually, around 25 degrees. But we've had a bit of rain as well. So, but I think from now on, until September, it's going to be drier in Vancouver, hopefully.
Oh, that's great. I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah. Of course, this is our second week back in our campuses in BC, in Vancouver and Victoria. So for those of you who don't know, we have reopened our campuses in Vancouver and Victoria, and this is our second week. And we are so excited to reunite with our students, our teachers, our staff, my colleagues here in BC. And we can't wait to reopen in Toronto as well. So we are hoping to be back in our campus in Toronto, hopefully maybe end of August, but this is not confirmed yet. So we are monitoring the situation in Ontario closely. So why don't we start with you, Freya? Let's get to know you first. Why don't you quickly introduce yourself to our audience? How long you've been with the university? What do you do at UPEI? If you can give us a bit background about yourself, and then we can start with your presentation. I may interrupt you from time to time during your presentation if questions arise, and if our audience can ask their question, either we can invite them live on the stage, or they can just click on the Ask a Question button, or they can just simply type their questions on the chat box on the right-hand side of their screens. So we have quite a few options there. We're also live on Facebook as well, so we can get questions on Facebook. We're also live on our website as well. So let's start with you first. Let's get to know you first, and then I'm sure we're gonna play a video about University of Prince Edward Island, and then we can start with your presentation and get to know more about UPEI.
Okay. Thank you very much. So my name is Freya, and I'm originally from China. And so when I graduated from high school in China, my mom actually picked UPEI for me, and so that's how I ended up at UPEI. So I was an international student about 11 years ago. That's when I started.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, accidentally, probably you can guess my age now. Yeah, so I started at UPEI 11 years ago as a student, and so I did a Bachelor of Arts in Economics. I also did a Bachelor of Education in Primary Education with a specialization in International Education. And then I worked for this job as an international recruiter and student advisor for 1 year. And then I started my master's degree in education. And I was specialized in mathematical education.
Wow.
And then, yeah, every time I say that, people are like, "Wow, you're doing like a lot of different things."
So you're currently doing your master's at UPEI?
I actually finished. I finished in 2018. So
wow.
Yes. So I've been in this role for the past 5 years. So I've been in this role for 5 years. Yes, so this just a little bit about me, but I have more pictures to show you guys later during my presentations.
All right. Great to know you. Laura is here with us today, and she says hello to everyone, and welcome, Laura, to our webinar. You said something about freezing, but I think our connection is fine.
Yeah, our connection is fine. I just checked. We are live on our website and Facebook.
All right. I am also live on Facebook. I just started a watch party. This is what I've been doing now. I'm live here, and then I started a watch party on Facebook, so my connections can see it on Facebook as well. All right. Why don't we start with your presentation, Freya? Or before that, maybe let's play the video first about UPEI. Do we have the video ready, Jim?
Yes, we have.
All right, let's do that first, and then we'll go on to Freya's presentation.
Let me share the. Just a second.
This is very cool because usually I do this all by myself.
Yeah. Jim is the man behind the scenes, as always. So I'd like to thank him here as well. He helps with our live webinars. He helps with a bunch of stuff here to us, but especially with our live webinars. And it's very handy to have him because, you know, he plays a video and then he brings us down. He puts the presentation up. So all I have to do is just to talk.
That's pretty cool because what I usually do is I have to pull up the presentation, I have to show video, and then I have to answer questions, and then somebody raises their hands. And
he's got our back, so don't worry about it. We have Jim, and all we have to do is just listen to this video now.
Awesome.
UPEI is preparing students like me for tomorrow with innovative science programming like sustainable design engineering, the new School of Mathematical and Computational Sciences, plus great programs in business, arts, nursing, education, and veterinary medicine. UPEI is your first step to becoming a global citizen. Finding your way in the world is closer than you think.
To the right, and Prince of Island's actually on the right side of the map, and it's one of the 4 Atlantic provinces or the East Coast. And yes, we are an island because I get the first question I get when I introduce myself is from University of Prince of Island. The first question I get is, "Are you an island? Am I gonna be trapped when there's something happened because I'm on an island?" I can assure you, you are not trapped. Yes, we are an island, but it's very easy to leave our island because we do have a very long bridge between Prince of Island to the province of New Brunswick. So there's a very long bridge. You can leave by car We don't recommend walking. If you really want to, you can try, but we don't recommend because it's 13 kilometers long. It's a very long bridge.
What's it called? Confederation Bridge?
Yes, it's called Confederation Bridge, and I believe it was the longest bridge in the world. And it's not now, but it was in the a long time ago.
Can you also bike on the bridge?
I don't think so. It's quite it's quite dangerous because only cars are on the bridge, and it's very windy on the bridge because it's sea, right? So it's quite windy on the bridge. So, but we do have people that actually swim across the sea. So there's another option if you want to try it. But we don't recommend. We can also leave by airplane. So we have daily flights to Halifax, to Ottawa, to Toronto, to Montreal. Unfortunately, we don't have flights to Vancouver because it is quite long because two ends of the country. So we don't have flights to Vancouver. But if you want to go to Vancouver, you can always transfer in Toronto. So it's quite convenient to go by airplane, and you can also go by ferry. So you can drive and go on a ferry and go to Nova Scotia. So it's quite convenient to leave the province, and you don't have to worry about that part. And for the weather part, so as you probably know, Canada, it is a cold country, and we do get snows. But I think it's not that difficult because everywhere is heated, and it's not like you're gonna camping outside in the winter, right? So you're gonna be inside, and all you need is physically prepared and mentally prepared. So how you mentally prepare yourself for the winter? You just have to tell yourself there will be a winter, and you will be like so you mentally will be prepared for the winter, and physically prepared. All you have to buy is a very warm jacket, scarf, and hat and mitten, and then you will be and the winter boots, and then you will be ready to go. So this is the weather for PEI. And a little more about Prince of Island. So even though we are a very small island and it's a quite small dot on the map, but we are the smallest province in Canada, and the capital city is called Charlottetown. And we're actually very, very important in the history because we are the birthplace of the Canadian Confederation. So when Canada became a country, it wasn't called Canada at the time, it was called Canadian Confederation. And that actually happened on Prince of Island. That's why we're called the birthplace of Canadian Confederation. And also, we're called the Canadian version of Hawaii because the reason is because we're known for our tourism. And we have golf course, we have a beach, and we have like Anne of Green Gables. So those are the things that lots of people from Europe, from Asia, even from the other side of the country, like from BC or from Alberta, they will come every summer. Unfortunately, this summer, we're not very open to the tourists because of the COVID-19. But in the past years, every summer, we're packed with tourists. And I remember I saw statistics that every summer, this little island, we host more than 1 million people to visit. So it's quite interesting to see that many people that will come in the summertime just to enjoy the weather, the golf course, and everything about Prince of Island. So those are just few pictures about Charlottetown and our famous lobsters and potatoes. So here are some top reasons why people choose, or other students choose UPEI. So I'll go each point. So the first one is our learning experiences and friendly environment. So as a student, when you come to Canada, of course, you want to enjoy the views and, have a feeling of the big cities. That's why you're joining SSLC. So you can enjoy the British Columbia and also Ontario. And then when you finally start your academic studies, it's time to come to a smaller place and to focus on your studies.
Exactly.
That's what we're known for our learning experiences, as well as our friendly environment. That's how I felt when I first came. Because when I arrived Prince of Island, I did not Google Prince of Island at all. My mom bought me a ticket. She packed everything for me, gave me a ticket. I just came. And I did not search anything. I had no idea what Prince of Island is, where it is, or what it is, and how it looks like. So when I arrived,
were you surprised or?
Yeah, I was pretty surprised because I came from a big city in China. So my hometown has, I think, over 14 million when I left. And now I think it's 20 million people. So yeah, I came from quite big city and then I was dropped to a small town. And that was a big shock for me. But it only took me about a month and I got used to everything. But only one thing I was shocked the first few weeks was how friendly people are. Because I will walk on the street and there will be people talking to me or saying hi to me, like just on the street. I have no idea who they are. They just saying hi to me. And I was like, why you do that to me? But after a week or so, I realized that's how they interact with other people. So I started to replying them and saying hi to them. Now when I walk on the street, I always say hi to people. So that's how I felt. Like it's a very, very friendly environment. It's very safe. I think as a country, Canada is very safe. And the second one,
friendly people.
Yes, I agree. And then the second one is I actually get this question a lot, that especially international students' parents, they would ask me if the degree is recognized worldwide. So the answer is yes, it's worldwide recognized. So you can bring your degree home if you want to, or you can stay in Canada. That's up to what you like to do. And it's it depends on your long-term goals. And then the third one will be our unique programs offered at UPEI. So I think for Canadian universities and colleges, we all have our unique programs. Of course, we have common programs like arts or science or business, but we always have our own unique programs, which I will talk about it later on as well. And then the next one is our scholarship opportunities. So every year we give out $6 million to all the international and Canadian students. And sometimes you might compare like our scholarship versus like a bigger school, and you're thinking, okay, UPEI only offer me 3,000, the other school offer me 10,000. But when you look at the scholarship, you should also take into the consideration how much you're actually paying in the end of the day, and that will lead to the next one is affordable tuition and living cost. So for our tuition, I will show you later, but I can give you a ballpark of our tuition. So for tuition fees for a year, it's about 15,000 Canadian dollars, and plus living cost is about 10,000 a year. So for 1 year living cost, tuition fees, it's about 25,000 Canadian dollars. But those are cover your regular expenses. It's not including if you want to buy a car, okay? It's not including if you're buying something expensive, okay? Just your food, your rental, your tuitions, and the other fees you have to pay at school. So that's why, because our tuition is very affordable, that's why our scholarship is not as high as some of the schools. But when you look at how much you have to pay in the end, we probably will win. So that's why we want to mention about scholarships as well as our affordable tuitions. And that's actually one of the top reasons why people choose our school, and also our co-op and job opportunities. So if you know a little bit more about Canada, you will know that co-op is actually something unique to Canadian or North American schools, that so you will be like a 1 year paid internship where you're gonna while you are studying, you will be working full-time in companies that probably related to your program. So if you're in accounting, you will probably do an internship at an accounting firm, or you probably will do something at the tax center. So it depends on your major. You will be working in different companies in different areas. And you will do 1 year paid internship. So it's called co-op education. And we do have other job opportunities on the island as well, because a lot of students, when they come, they would like to work part-time during school. So we actually have like career centers at school to actually help you or to show you how to find jobs in Canada. Because when I first came to Canada, I have no idea how to find jobs. I didn't know about job banks. I did not know about resume. I never wrote a cover letter before. I never attended an interview before. So those are some of the things that you can learn at our career center. We also have like different classes to show you and prepare you for those different things. And the last but not the least is our immigration opportunities, because for many of you, you're a long-term girl, it's probably moved to Canada permanently. And those are some of the things that you can look into. And I will touch on a little bit in the end of my presentation about immigration. And then you can also check more on the internet as well. So those are the top reasons why people choose UPEI. And now I'm going to go into details. So this is our campus. As you can see, it's not a very, very big campus. And I get this question a lot. People always ask me, so where's your door? Where's your front gate? Where's the wall? And so the campus is actually quite open. We don't really have a gate. We don't really have a front door. We do have somewhere says UPEI, University of Prince Edward Island, but we don't really have a door. Mm-hmm. So, and our campus is very, very open. So it's open for students, open for everyone to come. And as you can see on the right side, so the gray roof, that's the most famous program that we have. It's called Veterinary College. So Atlantic Veterinary College is for students who are interested to become an animal doctor in the future. And this is one of the schools that we're known for. Mm-hmm. And if you look at on the top, the white roof, that's our sports center. We have a quite big sports center with a soccer field on the right and a track and field on the left. And we actually hosted the national university game in 2009, because that's the year I started at UPEI. And we're going to host again for the winter games. And that will make UPEI to be the first one in the country that hosted a summer game and winter game. So that means we have a pretty good sports facilities for all sports. And as a UPEI full-time student, you will have a full access to all the sports facilities in our sports center, and including the tuition as well. And we also have 3 residence buildings, 1 dining hall right now. And when you look, if you look at on the left side, and there's a green part, and that actually we're building a 4th residence building. It will be ready probably in a year or 2, and they're just started. So we will have a newest building. It's quite a big building with 230 rooms. So I'm looking forward to see the new building. And other buildings are like libraries and our classrooms, everything else. So as you can see, it's not very big, but it's centralized. And because for some schools, they actually located in downtown area, and there's a building on the left, there's a building on the right. So it doesn't really feel like it's a school, but we are like a centralized campus. And if you cross the street on the left, those white buildings are off-campus housing. So you can rent yourself, and airport's about 15 minutes away. Downtown's about 10 minutes away. And across the street, we have a 24-hour grocery store and other restaurants. So if you live on campus, it's quite convenient. If you live outside of the campus, it's quite convenient to go into the campus as well. Mm-hmm. So this is our surroundings as well. So University of Prince Edward Island, we actually started in 1804 as Kent College. And when we started, that's the only building we have. And we still have that building right now. It's called Main Building, and it's the oldest building on campus. And right now we have 14,600 students in total, with a 25% international student rate. So it's a very good international student rate, so that when you come, doesn't matter where you're from, when you come to the campus, you will probably find someone who can speak the same language, or from the same area, or even from the same school. It's very interesting to see sometimes 2 people find each other, and they're from the same neighborhood or something, but they didn't know that they're coming to the same school. So it's quite interesting to see that. And
it's a small world.
Yeah, I know. And with 25% international student rate, we actually have students from over 100 different areas and countries and areas. So we're not just having students from one specific region or one specific country. They're from everywhere. And so that's the best part. When you come to the university, you're not just learning Canadian cultures. You're not just learning or speaking your home language. You will be learning everything from different countries. And you probably will hear someone from a country that you have never heard about it before. And that's good because you will learn about their culture. You will learn about their things. So that's what I find. It's diversity. Best part about diversity. So now we're going to go into the most important part is what we offer, what UPEI can offer to you. So those are all the programs and schools that we have. So like I said before, we have arts, science, business, education, veterinary medicine. We also have engineering, nursing, and mathematical and computational science. So within those schools and faculties, we have a different programs. So I'm going to go into each faculty and schools, but I won't go into all the programs. I'll just point out a few programs that are quite popular to international students.
Freya, are these, can you go back? Yeah. Are these faculties open to international students, all of them? Or?
Yes, all our faculties and schools are open for international students.
Okay, thank you.
One thing I do want to mention is education. We have only 3 programs that don't take students without an IELTS test or like without an English proficiency test. Doesn't matter if you took, if you're from partner schools or not. So education, nursing, and veterinary medicine. So if you're interested in those 3 programs, you have to have an English proficiency test.
Like an IELTS or TOEFL?
Yes, or we also take Duolingo, PT, like different ones. But the most popular ones are TOEFL and IELTS.
All right, thank you.
For only those 3 programs. For other programs, you're fine with going to SSLC first, and then when you finish over there, and you come to UPEI.
I mean, if our pathway doesn't work for those programs, we can instead prepare our students for the IELTS exam because we run full-time IELTS test preparation. So we have options for our students.
Exactly, there are always different options for our students. Okay, so in the Faculty of Science, so all the programs in the Faculty of Science are co-op optional. Remember, 1 year paid internship. So optional means you're not required to take co-op program for you to graduate. But we always highly recommend students to take co-op programs when you can. Because co-op programs are 1 year, it's a 1 year long paid internship. You don't have to take it in the full year. You can separate them to 3-4 month internship placements, and then you can do it in the summertime. So there are different ways you can do it. But some students, they like to go home or go on vacation during the summer. So you can take a full year without study, just do co-op. You can do that too. So different options for you.
And do they get paid in this co-op period?
Yes, co-op is definitely paid internship. Because if it's not paid, it cannot be called co-op.
All right. So students can choose the co-op option, and then if they do it for 1 year, they can save money and offset their, costs for or expenses for tuition or other living expenses.
Exactly, and depends on the job, and you might get pretty high pay as well.
Great.
Yeah, and then the most important thing is the experiences, is the working experiences, and I've known because many of my friends took co-op program, and many of them got their first full-time employment right after graduation from co-op programs. Like they would do different placement in different places, and then if the employer really liked them, they will the employers will offer a job, like full-time job. Yeah. Because you're trained already, right? Why don't they just hire you?
Exactly. And co-op is also a great opportunity for networking opportunities. So
exactly.
Most of the students, they can either stay in the workplace they were placed in, but they'll also have something to put on their resumes.
Exactly.
And they'll have references.
And I actually witnessed one of my friends, because she worked in the same office with me as a student assistant, and then she told our boss that she wanted to do a placement at a government in one of the government offices. So our boss actually recommended her to go to like another office in the government, and she got that job. And when she graduated, she got hired from the government office.
Great.
So without that networking, it's probably very hard for her to get that job, right? So so that's but she was very she's very good at what she does, but still that's something like you need to try it and then you will get it, right? So that's for the co-op. So in the Faculty of Science, we do have climate change and environmental studies, if you're interested in that. In human science, we have food and nutrition, kinesiology, and radiography. If you're interested in the health science, but don't want to be a doctor because it takes forever, right? So those are the programs that you can think about it. And we also have the regular biochem physics. And another thing I want to mention is pre-vet. So if you're interested in the veterinary medicine program, which is a 4-year, you have to do a 2-year pre-vet first. So basically, it's a 2 years of biology, chemistry, English, math, and other courses. So it's a combination of courses that you have to do before you can apply to the vet school. So those are the prerequisite courses. There are 20 courses that you have to take first, and then you can apply for the vet school.
If students already have an undergraduate degree from their home countries, let's say in sciences, can they also apply directly to the veterinary program?
If they meet the prerequisite requirement, yes, they can.
So you have to evaluate their credits.
Yes, and for vet school, it's a totally different application because they have their own centralized application system. And also, for vet school, it's the same as like human doctor, like medical school. It's regional. So our vet school only takes 2 types of students. One is international students, and another one is Canadians who are from Atlantic region. So if someone's from Ontario wants to apply,
I cannot join your program.
No, if someone from Ontario, they can't join our program. They have to go to the vet school in Ontario, which is Guelph University. Yeah, so it's regional protected.
Maybe I have to move there first, live there for about 6 months, and change my driver's license or something.
Yeah, you have to be considered as a resident of the province in order to apply. Yes.
Okay. There's a quick question here about your master's programs, but I believe you're going to go into this in a minute. The question is if you offer conditional acceptance for master's programs and what programs are available for your graduate programs. But I believe we're going to talk about your graduate programs as well.
Yes. So I'll answer the first question. Yes, we do take a conditional offer to master programs if you need academic requirement, but not the English requirement. And I will show you what programs we have later on once I finished undergrad.
Sure. All right.
Okay. So this is the newest school that we have and in mathematical and computational science and actual science, analytics, financial math, computer science. Those are like the top ones for students who are like when you say, oh, I'm looking for a program that will definitely lead me to a job. Those will be the ones that come to people's mind. And but again, those needs you to have a very strong math skills as well as the coding skills for computer science. So it's not really for everyone, but if you're interested, those will definitely be something that can help you to lead you to a job for sure. So in those programs, and if you're math smart and you want to be, let's say, a math teacher, math professor, we also have mathematics and statistics for you. And so this is sustainable design engineering. So in our engineering program, it's interesting that we do not have any traditional engineering programs. We have sustainable energy, mechatronics, and bioresource. So those are the newest engineering focuses. And sustainable energy is one of the most popular one, and mechatronics. Mechatronics is mechanical plus electrical. And I actually asked the dean of engineering, I said, why don't we have any of the traditional engineering programs? Why do we choose those 3? He gave me a very easy example for mechatronics. He said, when you look at car industry, so if you want to be a car, if you want to design cars, in the past, all you have to do is mechanical engineering, right? So you can design cars, you can work in the cars industry. But right now, look at the car industry. It's not pure mechanical anymore. There are electrical cars. There's like a gas cars. There's car run by like different fuels, right? So like mechanical, it's not enough for car industries anymore. So that's why we have electrical plus mechanical. So that when you go into car industries or other industries, you're not just focused on one specific area. Like you can do other things. And the best thing about our engineering program is you have to learn all the aspects of engineering in your first 2 years. And when you go to the third year, you will be focused on focus on your own specialties. So when you graduate, you can actually work as engineer for different areas. Yeah, because for many like smaller companies, they can't afford to hire one engineer for one specific area. If you're somebody that you know a little bit of everything, they will probably hire you because you can work on like different designs or different projects because you know a little bit of everything. And you also have your own specialties like in mechatronics or in sustainable energy. So that's how our Dean of Engineering explained to me for why we chose those 3 programs. And then the next one is Faculty of Arts. So only a few that I want to mention is the first one, Applied Communication, Leadership, and Culture. So if you're interested in working in the media world, communication, that's something that you can think about. And also another one I want to mention is music education. So if you want to be a music teacher, that's something that you can think about. It's a 5-year program, but when you graduate, you will get a Bachelor of Music Education degree plus a music teacher license from PEI. So you can teach in Prince of Island, in the rest of Canada, and around world. Wow. So that's our arts program. The next one for business, because, well, business is something that popular for most of the schools, right? So in business, we have different options. So we have a 4-year Bachelor of Business Administration, which is a BBA. We also have accelerated BBA, BBTH, that's Business in Tourism and Hospitality. Those are 2-year program, and they're not for high school students, high school graduates. Those are for students who already have a diploma or have already have a certificate in the related programs. And then they can apply to accelerated BBA or BBTH. BBS is business studies. It's a 3-year program. And all 3 programs are not for high school graduates, but for students who already have either a degree or a diploma or certificate in related areas. And if a student choose a regular BBA, so the 4-year business administration program, they can choose from 7 different specializations. And the most common one or most popular ones are accounting, finance, and tourism and hospitality. And for the first 2 is because you can become a CFA or a CPA or CFA when you graduate, or you have to do more training. And then you can get destination. And for tourism and hospitality is because we are a tourist island. So our tourism is quite popular right now. So that's why this program is quite strong as well. So this is our business program. And like I said before, except arts, all other programs that we offer at UPEI will have co-op program. So we do have a co-op optional for business as well. And the next one is our education. So remember I said education, we do not take students who don't have an IELTS test, IELTS or test. And it's a post-degree program. That means you have to have a degree first before you can apply for Bachelor of Education. And it's only a 12-month postgraduate program. And you can do in 2 different languages. You can do English or you can do French. And you can major in primary, which is from kindergarten to grade 6, or you can do intermediate, which is from grade 7 to grade 12, which is junior high and high school. And you can also choose different specializations, which I did international education, You can also do indigenous, adult learning, or early learning. So there are different specializations that you can choose from. And so this 12-month program, you will do 7 months of study in your classrooms, and you will do 5 months of teaching outside of your classroom. So you will be placed into a school, and you will be teaching in that school. So when I did my 20-week placement, I did 10 weeks in a local elementary school. I taught grade 3. And then 4 weeks, I taught in the ESL program. And then the last 6 weeks, I actually went to Japan. I taught in the international school in Japan for grade, I think it was grade 4. Because my specialization was international education, I had to teach overseas. Oh, sorry. So that's why I did my placement in Japan. It was so cool because it's a very rare opportunities for our students to actually teach in a school before you can graduate, before you actually get your teaching license. And then there will be another teacher in the classroom to help you. And that's the best learning time you have. So, and I really, really enjoy the program. So if you're interested in becoming a teacher, this is definitely something you should think about it.
Great. And I just want to add, we are also running TESOL programs here in Vancouver at our career college at VICCC. But TESOL is, of course, for teachers who want to teach to ESL students only. So if you want to become an ESL teacher, you can join our TESOL programs. We have TESOL Advanced online as well, and it's fully accredited by TESOL Canada. So once students graduate from our program, they're able to take additional exams with TESOL Canada and eventually become a TESOL certified teacher, ESL teacher here in Canada or abroad, wherever they want to study. I just wanted to quickly mention that.
This is very cool because I also got TESOL.
Oh, really?
As well, yes.
Nice.
I got one as well. Yes. Yeah, I think it's very useful because, well, I didn't want to teach at the time, but some of my classmates who took TESOL program actually taught, like some of them went to Thailand, some of them went to South Korea. So there are a lot of opportunities for you to teach English as a like additional language.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then now it's the graduate program. Well, I didn't mention about nursing, but we do have a Bachelor of Nursing, and it's a 4-year program. So this is the graduate programs that we have. So for graduate programs, we actually have 2 types of graduate programs. So there's one type called course-based, and another type is called thesis-based. So basically, course-based means you will be only taking courses. When you finish those courses, you graduate. But thesis-based means you actually have to find a professor who wanted to be your supervisor and supervise you to write a thesis or to do a research. Because as you can see, all the thesis-based programs are mostly science-based, and they all require research. So those programs, you will have to find a supervisor on your own. Like you have to email the professors and explain them your research, or you have to check on their research project and to see like if you have a matching thoughts or areas. And then if the professor is willing to be your supervisor, then you can apply to those thesis-based programs. But for course-based, so you can apply anytime. Oh, well, not anytime, but when we have an open intake. So we have a Master of Education, which is what I did. For international students, we only have one option. It's called Global Leadership, Global Perspective. So that will be for the MED, sorry. And the next one is Island Studies. So you're studying like islands, about everything about islands. And then also like there's something about environment, something about sustainable, so different things about the island. And we also have MBA, EMBA. So those are in the MBA program, and MBA is only 1 year, EMBA is 2 years. And we also have Global Affairs. It's a joint program.
When you say EMBA, is it only online?
No, it's executive MBA and
executive MBA. Sorry.
The reason why it's 2 years because it's designed for people who are working so that you only have classes on the Friday or Saturday. So only 2 days a week.
But I assume for EMBA students need to have a bit of work experience, right?
Yes, that's correct. So the differences between those two MBA program is for MBA program, you don't need a working experience, and then it's a full-time, like you just go to class every day. So that's for MBA. And then the EMBA, you actually need 1 to 3 years working experiences. And it's designed for people who are working.
All right.
Yes, so those are all the graduate programs that we have. As you probably noticed that we have less graduate programs than the undergrad programs. It's because we are a primary university in Canada. That's why our programs are mostly focused on undergrad. We have less graduate programs, and we also have a PhD programs, but we don't have a lot of PhD programs compared with some other bigger schools. So those are the graduate programs. And I want to talk a little bit more about the admission requirement for undergrad and grad. So for grad programs, we like different program will have a different admission requirement. So there's no general requirement, overall requirement. So if you're interested in any one of the graduate programs, you just have to go out to our website. Under the program page, you will see all the programs that we have. If you click into the program that you're interested in, you will find all the admission requirements, how much it costs. So everything is in one program page.
So since you don't have a slide on that, and maybe we're not going to bother showing the website, but we can talk about general admission requirements, and that is transcript, right? High school transcript, diploma.
Yes.
For undergraduate studies, I mean.
Yes, for undergraduate, yes.
Passport copy, and SSLC's EPE LOA.
I was gonna say that, yes.
Anything else that you require? How about, do you have like any registration fees or application fee or anything like that?
Yes. So other than all the document that you mentioned we also require $50 application fee for both undergrad and grad. So all the application fee are the same. So each application is $50.
$50. Okay. Yeah. All right. And then do we do an online application, or is it a paper application?
Everything is online. So all you have to do is go to apply.upei.ca and create an account and then apply online.
So let's say students started with us, they have an LOA with us, and then we can start the procedure. And let's say we applied. Okay, Jem is showing everything here. We submit all the documents to you. And then when should we expect to hear back from you? And with what? Do you send an offer or conditional letter of acceptance? Do you need for students to make a deposit payment? Can you tell us a bit about these things?
Yes. So for now I'm only referring to undergraduate programs.
Okay.
So for undergrad, when you submit a completed application, usually our turnaround time is about 1 or 2 business days.
Okay.
Depends on when you apply. So if student only started as SSLC, we will have a conditional offer to both English program and academic programs, because students are not finishing at your school yet, right? So they are still getting a conditional offer. But once they finish at SSLC, they will have a transcript from you guys. And then once they can send that to me, I can update their offer letter to a final offer.
And to receive this either official final letter of acceptance or the conditional one, do they have to make any deposit payments?
No, only fee they have to pay is application fee.
Only $50.
Yes, and then the tuition deposit is actually due after they received offer from us.
After they receive the offer.
And it's a non-refundable fee. So if you paid and later on you change your mind, you don't want to come to UPEI, sorry, it's non-refundable.
Okay. So they have to make sure that they're actually going to study at UPI and then make their payments accordingly. And you talked about it, but how much was the tuition fee per year?
It's 15,000 Canadian dollars, which I can
Wow,
here. Next slide. It's about 15,000 Canadian dollars, and for housing, it's about 10,000. But if you live on campus, it's more expensive. I'm budgeting if you live off campus.
Off campus.
Yeah, if you live on campus, it will be more expensive.
It's very affordable. It's almost as like a tuition fee of a college, of a public college.
Yes, that's correct.
Great. And you already mentioned that you don't have, a lot of scholarships because you are already offering your programs at a very affordable rate, right? So, but still, do you have any like merit-based scholarships upon, application, upon entrance? Or
my next slide is about scholarship.
Okay.
So this is for both students who are coming as a new student, also with returning students. So let's say when you come to the university, let's say it's a student who did really well. Well, one thing is if you're conditional, so if you're coming from a partner school, so when you apply to a university, you don't have IELTS, we won't be able to offer entrance scholarship unless the grades are very, very high. Okay.
Could you please share your PowerPoints one more time, please?
Oh, sorry. Did I?
Yeah, we lost your PowerPoint.
Okay. Can you see that now?
Yes. Yep. It's right there.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. So I'll continue with scholarships. So let's say you didn't get an entrance scholarship, but in your first year at the university, you did a really good job. You got 90s in your first year.
Wow.
When you come back in September, because we do academic year, September to next year, August, right? So when you come back in your second year at UPEI, you will get $2,000 deposit to your student account automatically. And the money, you cannot cash the money out, go buy a new computer. You can't do that. What you can do is you can use it to pay your tuition or on-campus housing.
So you basically deduct this amount from their account.
Tuition, yes.
Yeah.
That's correct. And you can get it every year. Every September, you can get this scholarship. And you don't have to write an essay. You don't have to apply. All you have to do is study very hard. And besides this scholarship, we have a ton of other scholarships available for students. And some of them require recommendations. Some of them require you to write an essay. So there are different requirements. And you just have to look it up and then apply. And you can apply as many as you want because we do not limit on how many you can apply. Even when you graduate, because I remember when I got my second degree, because I was working in the international office as a student assistant. So they are my supervisors. All my supervisors and people who are working in the international office, they wrote a recommendation letter for me. So I think there were like 10 or 13 of them. Each of them wrote one page of a recommendation letter for me. And when I graduated, I got scholarship and a medal it was a leadership award, I think.
Wow.
And I didn't know. It was a surprise for me because I remember the day when I went to the graduation, my name was on the cover of the program, like at the first page of the program. Because my classmate opened the program and said, "Freya, did you apply for scholarship?" I'm like, "No, I didn't." And then I saw my name, and then I realized what the surprise they were talking about. Because the day before, they're like, "There's a surprise waiting for you at the graduation." So yes, so there are a lot of scholarship opportunities for students. That's for sure.
Great, and this is what we are trying to do here to bring these opportunities to our current and prospective students, so that they're informed. So that they know what's out there available for them. So we've been organizing these webinars for the past couple of months now, and we learn as I also get all the updates, and I learn more about the scholarship opportunities for international students. So it's great to what's going on out there. Thanks a lot for sharing that.
Thank you. Okay, so the next one will be the employment opportunity. I think I mentioned most of the part, except so when you come to Canada, well, while you're studying SSLC, you won't be able to work because you're studying a language school. But once you come to the university, start your academic studies, you will be able to work 20 hours during the school year and 40 hours during scheduled breaks. So you will be able to work while you study. Those are like part-time jobs. And another thing I want to mention is called, so my first point is AIPP. It's a fast-track immigration program. So the full name is called Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. So it's a program that's it's a joint program between the federal government and the provincial government in the Atlantic regions. And it's a program for students who graduated from one of the 4 eastern provinces, and you have to attend one of our provinces. You have to attend either a college or university, public, and you will be able to join this program. And it's a fast-track immigration program, and you can actually look into more details about this program. And I won't spend too much time because not everyone's interested in immigration, but if you do, just Google AIPP, you will be able to see more details about this immigration program. Oops. And so the next one is our services for mostly international students, but I'm sure every school would have similar services or called different names. But basically we offer a second home for all the international students. So we're called, I'm the sister for all the international students, and we have a mom, we have a dad, all in the office. So, and then if you ever have any questions and you have you don't know where to ask, the first step is to come to our office, and we will direct you to the right direction, or we'll try to solve it for you. So this is basically what we do. So all those services, it's basically we're the second home for all the international students. And we provide all the services from social support to airport pickup to cultural activities. And if you're sick, we have a health center. If you need help with finding jobs, we have a career center. If you need help with choosing your courses, we have academic advising center. And we have orientation for new students when you come in the new semester. And we also have help for housing on and off campus. So we cover most of the important needs for students. And so those are the services that we offer. Just a few more pictures. And I think I also mentioned most of the parts here. Yes. So I think that's all the questions. That's all the things I want to mention. Just a few more pictures. And I think now I would like to turn the mic back and to see if there's any questions, or if there's any questions that you guys want to ask, or if there's any questions from the
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, Freya. Once again, it was a great presentation. Thank you again for being here tonight. I might ask some questions, but before that, if we have any questions, please don't be shy. We can invite you live on stage, and you can ask your questions directly to Freya. So she'll be able to answer your questions regarding UPEI, or if you have any questions regarding our pathway with UPEI, I can also answer that question as well. So you actually mentioned a lot of things, and you covered all my questions on your presentation. So thanks a lot. We learned about different programs, what UPI is offering there, and then you also, you touched base on your graduate programs, and we talked about the admission requirements and admissions process, from SSLC to UPI. So that was good. You even talked about the possibility of immigrating to that province or to Atlantic Canada. We talked about the AIPP program. So that's great. All right. Did you tell us the population of UPI? Was it how many students?
4,600 students.
And 25% of it
International.
International. Wow. Great. And you have students from all around the world.
Yes.
That's great. We talked about the scholarship opportunities at UPI as well. So that was great. And let me ask you this, since you talked about it in the beginning, but how would you describe your own experience studying in Prince Edward Island and studying at UPI? And you said you came there 11 years ago. You studied quite a bit. Now you work there, and maybe you can tell us a bit about your journey there. How you felt as a student when you first arrived to UPI. Maybe we can a little bit talk about it. And I assume have you applied through AAIPP?
No, that program was a new program starting in 2007.
It wasn't available. So you applied through federal programs, I assume?
Actually, no.
No? Okay. Maybe something else. Maybe there's some kind of sponsorship going on there.
There's a different program, yes. Well, but I can talk a little bit more about my experience as a student. Actually, I'm still here. That says something, right? Because I'm still in Prince Edward Island. I've lived here for 11 years.
And you didn't leave.
And I actually really liked it. And actually, when I finished my first degree, when I applied for the BD program, so my second degree, I thought about it, go somewhere else. I applied 5 other schools in Ontario. And I spent a lot of money because you have to apply through OUAC or
to do your master's, you mean?
No, for my bachelor degree.
Oh, for your bachelor's.
I thought about it to study in Ontario. So that's why I applied some other schools in Ontario and spent a lot of application fees because I applied many schools. And then, but UPI was the first one that gave me early offer. It offered me scholarships. And also, it was a great opportunity because we have the longest placement among other schools that I applied it to. And I'm like, why not? I like here. Why do I want to leave? Right? So I stayed, and I'm very glad that I stayed because from my study at UPEI, I made a lot of friends, even with professors. And I find professors are super friendly and approachable here. And when I have questions, I always go to professors. I don't have to you're supposed to make an appointment, but sometimes when I have urgent questions, I just go to the office and knock on the door and say, can I come in? Can I ask you a question? Right? So
it's always nice to, study maybe at a smaller school, smaller university, and to live in a smaller city. I've been to Halifax maybe 8-9 years ago. And I really, fell in love with that city. And I assume Charlottetown is very similar in that sense. It's a small community. Everybody gets to know each other. Everyone is very friendly. So you truly live that experience, that Canadian life. Canadian experience. So it's. I assume it must be really nice to study there and be part of the community.
Yes.
And eventually, ended up staying.
Yes, that's exactly how I felt when I came, and I felt like I was part of UPI family, and I got a lot of help. And the reason why I started this job is because I got so many help from international office. Well, it wasn't called international office when I started the university, and there wasn't an international office at all because when I first came, there were only 300 international students in total.
Wow.
Total body 300. So we didn't have an international office. We didn't have an international student center. All the services are separated. So I had to go to different offices for different help, but everyone was so helpful. And then after a while, I'm like, they're really nice. They're very helpful. I want to be just like them and provide help to other students, other international students. And that's how I got into I started as a volunteer for the office. and then I turned into a student assistant. I worked there for 3 years as a student assistant, and I turned into a full-time employee. So,
what a success story right there. All right, thanks a lot, Freya. We really appreciate your support and your presence here on our live Pathway webinar tonight. If you don't have anything else to add, I'd like to wrap it up here. Do you have anything else to say?
Not too much, but I think, well, thank you so much for the invitation to have me here. And thank you for everyone joining us today and listen to our presentation. I'm sure you'll have a great time at SSLC and as well as UPEI.
Exactly. And I'd like to thank everyone once again for joining our webinar. As you can see, we have partners from East Coast to West Coast, all around Canada. And UPI is one of them, one of our great partners. And we have more free online webinars, of course, coming up. And you can see it on the screen right now. We'll be live again on Thursday with City University on Thursday at 12 p.m. noon Vancouver time. And you can actually see it on our website. This was today's. And tomorrow, we are live with our in-country representative in Mexico, with Fernanda. This webinar is going to be in Spanish, and we will have our in-country representative in Colombia as well joining our webinar. So if you are from one of those regions, I encourage you to attend. We have our CACCT webinar next Wednesday. We're also excited to launch this brand new program, SSLC CAC Cabin Communication for Airline Cabin Crew Training Program in Toronto. And you can see it. It's at 2:30 p.m. next Wednesday, Vancouver time. And then scrolling down, we have more webinars with more partners. Next Thursday, we are live with UVic Continuing Studies. Next Thursday on July 23rd at 3 p.m. Vancouver time, BC time. And then on July 28th, Van Arts will be with us at 12 p.m. noon. And we have more and more webinars coming up with more partners. I guess that's about it for today. We have advisors and marketers that speak your language. We even have a chat box on our website that will speak your own language. So please contact us. Please follow us on our social media platforms. All you have to do is just go on to our website and just click apply now or contact us now, and we'll get back to you within 24 hours. And I mentioned in the beginning, I'm not sure if Jim can show this again. We have a new online payment system, so you can easily make your payments online and join SSLC. I guess that's about it from my end. Thanks everyone once again for joining our webinar today. I'll see you. Oh, here we are, online payments. We can quickly show to our audience. We have partnered with CIBC International Student Pay, and you can watch the videos and see all the steps to make your payment. It's very easy, very simple. Or if you're already in Canada, you can just do an e-transfer. All right, everyone. Thanks again. I'd like to thank once again to everyone for joining us, and thank you, Freya and UPI, for joining us tonight. I'm hoping to see you, I don't know, somewhere out there when things turn back to normal. Maybe at an international recruitment event or a fair, or maybe you may visit us here in Vancouver or in Toronto. Who knows? There's a question here. There's a quick question. We have a latecomer, and how can you see the information? This is recorded, so as soon as we're done here, you can just replay the whole thing. It will be available on this link right away. As well, you can see our videos as well, and we have our video gallery on our website as well. Everything is uploaded there, so you can watch everything again. Everything is recorded. All right, everyone. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again on Thursday. And thanks, Freya.